just got back to downtown. It's Thursday night and it is the Corporate Challenge poker event. And I got my hospital jersey on and I am the team captain for poker. All the different corporations, they play against each other for points. It's just for bragging rights. But we're going down to the Binions and I figured I'd do a vlog for you guys while I'm playing this tournament. It's a non-money tournament, so we're not playing for money, it's really for points, but it should be fun. I have a last longer bet that I'm going to be doing with everyone else. I have to park at the California Hotel because the Binion's parking is closed. And it's just right across the street, so no big deal. I have a last longer bet with my other team members where we're all putting $20 in, and whoever places the highest in our shootout will take the pot. Now this tournament specifically is structured as a shootout, so just one table. You gotta survive one table, and if you come out first in the table, then you get the most points. So should be interesting. Looks like they're remodeling a lot of it. Now the original poker room was actually moved closer to the center of the casino next to other table games. It's on the opposite side of usually where it is. But it was right here where this depression is. But now it looks like it's just more gambling stuff. More like electronic roulette. Oh yeah, you can take a picture with $1 million on a poker table if you want to feel rich. But we're approaching the poker room, so I'm a little late, but what's new? I'm always late. So we actually got here just a little bit too late. So we're in the second flight. It's an 8 p.m. flight. We're just having drinks at the bar that's right next door to the poker room. It's a little like barbecue place, and here's the actual poker room itself right behind me. It's sort of like the other area, a lot better than this one, but I mean, can't complain. I don't really know what kind of games spread because they're not a part of Bravo Poker, so I don't actually get to look at real time how the lists are. But with Golden Nugget being right across the street, maybe that I'll do all in Vegas episode here over this weekend and play some cash here. So I'll test it out. We'll see how it is. I wanted to originally play cash today, but there isn't any cash games going on because they're all taken up by the Corporate Challenge tournament. So we'll see how it is. So we are on our first break of the tournament. Now they sort of shafted us just a little bit to where, because we were starting on the second flight, originally we have a team of 4 people, and each player sits at a different table, and depending on if they get first, second, third, or fourth, they get points associated with it. Well, because they don't have enough players, they sat our teams together. So we sort of got shafted because in the beginning of the game, we actually had to play 12-handed. The game completely changes when you're playing 12-handed. You can't play skeptical hard. You really have to tighten up your range pre-flop. They have the WSOP wall of fame where all the winners and their pictures are posted when they won the main event for World Series of Poker. That's pretty awesome. As you all know, World Series of Poker is now at the Rio, so I can't wait until the end of next month to play some tournaments. But yeah, we're gonna be going into this one with about like 15 blinds. It's all in our fold pre-flop, so we're gonna have to make some moves. Hopefully we'll get some good cards.
Wow, so no hand histories in this particular video. It was just a lot of standard stuff. But I did end up getting heads up. I was all the way, probably the smallest chip stack throughout the first 5 levels. By the time you knew it, the average chip stack around the table was 10 big blinds, and the blinds were like 500, 1000. And there were still 8-handed. There were still 8 of us at the table. So I really was just folding and folding and folding, and I had like 4 big blinds, and all the hands that you just saw were all the hands that I played to get heads up. And the very last hand was actually the hand that I busted with ace-2, which ran into ace-7. So super surprising that I got heads up and I was able to win my last longer bet. But there is something that I didn't mention during the mid-session update, was the only gripe that I had, while the dealers were really nice and they were relatively quick, was the floor manager of the tournament. So the original structure of the corporate challenge was there's 4 players that represent one team, and each of the players go into different tables and play other teams, and whoever places first, second, third, fourth, or fifth on the table gets respective points for their team. Now, because we were in the second flight and they didn't have enough tables to fill the table with different teams, they made us play 12-handed. I mentioned that earlier. But it doesn't make sense that if they did have enough tables to play the first flight with us, if each of my team members placed first place in each of their tables, we each get 50 points. So we are basically able to get 200 points per team. Now, because they combined us all into one table and played 12-handed, they altered the point structure a little bit. And I mentioned this to the floor, I added up the very first 4 places of the table, and it only added up to 160 points. So I told the floor manager, and the floor manager, well, basically what had happened was at the very beginning of the game, he came over to us and let us know, we don't have enough players to fill all the tables, so we're gonna alter the point structures a little bit, and this is how it is. So he lists out the point structures, and as I'm adding it up, I go, that doesn't make sense. If we were able to go on separate tables, we should be able to have, the first 4 places should be able to add up to 200 points. And the floor manager basically told me that's very unlikely to happen. There's no team that can have a first place player for more than 2 of their players. And I sat there and I was like, that's not fair. But because this is corporate challenge and it's not for money, and it's just for points and stuff like that, I didn't really argue it that much. But I definitely wouldn't want to play a tournament if I paid money and they had to alter the structure a little bit and made it not fair for some players to be able to earn as much money as other players in the field. So that's the only thing that I disagree with, and I did tell the floor, like, hey, that's not fair, and he basically said this is the best thing that he could do, it's the only thing that made sense. What would have made sense is make the top 4 places at this particular table be able to have 200 points like every other team that was eligible to have it. What's up, Jay?
What's up, Rafi?
We got to heads up, but Centennial did place top
55 points?
55 points. We were second and third place out of the top 3. There goes Ori and Glenn. Hello. But anyways, we got heads up. I was like 8 big blinds or something like that, and nothing to do, but it was like a shove fest. He had a monster. I think he had me out chipped by like 10-1 or some stupid shit like that. But it was fun. Last year I did place first. We did get shafted with the whole 12-player thing in the beginning. That really fucking sucks. But anyways, guys, I think that's gonna do it. Oh, I did win the last longer bet. So I did win $80 for the last longer here at the Binion's Casino. I'm gonna count this as an all-in because I was talking to them about the cash games and they say the cash games only run on the weekends. I think I'm gonna count this as the all-in for Binion's. As always, if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button below. Thumbs up if you like the video. Give me a comment, shoot me a DM on Instagram, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace. Let's go. This is it.
One more.
This is it.
One more space.
Boom! Ah.
So close.
So close. Nice try.